Hey, this is episode 18 of the New York City Wrestling Series and our second debut on WrestleWorld. Now, for that, um, we're going to see if it pays off. Where, yes, we might lose workers in the long run, but so be it. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Um, Bad news, Greg Black got signed by TCW, so show will be his send off. And in June, 100%, I don't think it's fair to our turnover rate if I release the three people with the lowest momentum, just because this after Greg Black leaves, that's three. I can even show you guys actually if we go to user locks. I end up releasing everybody. Let's go to January. So that's one, two, three, four, five people. And Vito, I finally let him go because he was healthy. But that's four people that we've already released throughout this year already. So I think it's only fair to wait. So with that, we will be waiting until December to let go of our three of the lowest momentum markers. Now, Greg Black will be added to the list of the blacklist. Um, Roster can only be two over required size. We are at 21 now, and we're leaving one wiggle room in case we want to bring anybody from COT. Um, and then if anybody develops a negative relationship, one chance to meddle, then they're fired. Or one person's fired. We can only sign unemployed workers. Anyone new I bring in, if they get hired elsewhere, one more shown fired. Cannot bring in any second generation talent unless they are joining via the blacklist. Um, and can't bring people back, again, unless by the blacklist. And when you are in the blacklist, you are safe for a full calendar year, so you don't have to wait that 6 months. Um, let's get to it and go from there. Do, 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 do. We start off our show with a singles match of Conception Gomez versus Fuyoka Higa in her second title defense, defeating Conception Gomez, putting on a stellar rating. Very excited about that. Following that, we had Honest Frank trying to talk to Supermassive Destroyer. I actually have a different Honest Frank picture I gotta put in. Note to self. Following that, we had Richie Riggins versus LA Star, where LA Star number 2 defeated Richie Riggins. The LA Star is getting their singles debut here in New York City Wrestling. Test the waters effectively to see if they are viable in singles, guys, because stats really good. Following that, the opposite end, we had Original Center defeating LA Star number 1 with a chokeslam. So we're pushing Original Center part because of the blacklist part. The star quality, he's also gone up star quality, kind of like we saw Supermassive Destroyer last year, and his Menace. So we are going up with that. Following that, we had Rowley McManus being confronted by Duke Hazard, and Duke Hazard letting Rowley know that he broke union rules of the dock workers, and he will be getting word back from him. A silly segment, effectively, to get Duke Hazard and Rowley McManus on the show, and playing up that Duke Hazard represents the boys from Yukon. Following that, we debuted a new character of Molokai Milk, defeating Denny King. Molokai Milk, awful rating, an awful gimmick rating. Stats really good though, so we'll show that at the end. Hawkeye Calhoun versus a debuting Zeus Maximilian. Zeus Maximilian defeats Hawkeye Calhoun, so Hawkeye Calhoun no, standing strong. So hopefully he gets a boost from being one-on-one with someone way above his league in popularity. Following that, we had Saldomio confronting Greg Black for joining New York City Wrestling without getting permission from the Dawn, effectively gatekeeping as the, yeah, he's still in his head as his godfather. If it wasn't for Greg Black leaving, this would be the start of like a Saldomio down bad arc, and then like maybe a rebirth of the Demio family down the line. But for now, we are playing with a delusional end. So maybe instead of like down bad, he's delusional and thinks he's a legit Don of the company. He goes on and defeats Greg Black in the best match we've ever had. Um, I'm really upset about Greg Black leaving. TCW brought him up, is bringing him back, or not bringing him back. I don't think he worked there before. Signing him, and his stats are also very good. And I don't see the decline taking an effect for another couple years. Following that, we had the blow off of the Valet feud that where Valet's left of Andrew Harper versus Tennessee William, with Tennessee William defeating Andrew Harper in another fantastic match. So our main event of Matt Stranger versus Supermassive Destroyer have a lot to live up to so far, and they deliver. Where Mass Stranger defeats Supermassive Destroyer, making defense number 6 of the Empire title. Um, so we won 18 regions, and I think that's going to be the point. Not every show we are going to go up in Tri-State, but eventually we're going to bring everywhere with us. So long term, we try to go from medium to big. We've done a lot of that dirty work here. That's very long term. But in regards to the matches, uh, kind of pointless to give Greg Black a shout out. And who did Tennessee William fight? Andrew Harper. Andrew Harper, um, admittedly, wasn't supposed to be in the company in December. He was going to be cut in December instead of Machine Gun Marino. But Machine Gun Marino just kept on taking a pin from the tag matches with Supermassive Destroyer. And it was like, well, and Andrew Harper had that feud with Malik Chamberlain. So it made sense. So let's give it a pause here and let the game. So let's see here what emails we got. We got 10,000 viewers. I don't care about that. I gotta change that nonetheless. Um, so we gotta go down to Greg Black. Um, the crazy thing about Greg Black is his morale isn't that bad, but whew, his popularity did take a pretty big hit, and Sodomia went up pretty nice overall. Um, so this inherently my concern might be legitimate of him being signed away. Supermassive Destroyer went up in popularity and defeat, uh, so that's always good. Let's go a quick rundown. 35, 40. I'm only looking at Tri-State because that's the only one that really matters, as we're a Tri-State based company. Fuyoka's only 14. We got to address that. Hawkeye Calhoun going up in defeat. That's what I wanted. And as you can see, Hawkeye's baseline stats of basics to early power. Even actually, power doesn't do anything. Basics to athleticism, pretty solid. And his charisma is pretty good. When it comes to Helen Mad Mort, yeah, LA Star number 1. I knew I was a mental reminder. Shout out LA Stars. I think they're gonna be really good, separate and solo. LA Star number 1, especially, looking pretty good. But LA Star number 2 maybe a little more flashy. Um, Nonetheless, pretty interesting to see who breaks out between the two, if they break out, or if they say tag team. My champion, Tri-State 42, Tri-State 9, and I mean with Molokai, good psychology, really good charisma, good microphone, good acting, good star quality, good selling. So if anybody's selling, I'm pointing with my finger, but pretend I'm pointing with the mouth. If your selling is above a 75, you get a boost. If your star quality is above 66, you get a boost. Charisma, 66, you get a boost. And psychology, it takes forever to develop. I think that's a problem with the game. Psychology just develops way too slow. Because to me, anytime I watch a wrestling match, there's something I learn. I'm not a wrestler in any way, shape, or form, but anytime I watch a match, I learn something new or I notice something new. So I can only imagine from actually doing it. Or not Supermassive, see, Original Sinner versus Supermassive Destroyer. Maybe that's where we go long term. But who's the face? I have no idea. We have, again, he's getting there. And let's see, 24, 34, Sodomia 45, or should I already showed. His psychology, he had his mentor is one of our announcers, and his psychology went up a little bit from mentor giving him like feedback. And then Zeus Maximilian. So Where do we go from here? Does Zeus Maximilian face Mass Stranger? Is it Tennessee Williams' turn? Does Sotomio slither his way in, getting a title shot? Um, does not White Wars, but does Howlin' Mad Matt? Oh, he's cold now. Um, there's a lot of different. Does Brutus get back? If you look at Brutus, eh. Let's look at the key stats. Athleticism is also like a booster as well. Selling, eh. Psychology, nah. Star quality, nah. Menace, meh. Charisma, meh. Um, so to be honest, when we go to December, I'm not gonna be shocked if Brutus is one of the three. But right now, if we had to follow it, Freedom Eagle, Denny King, and then between the two, I don't know. Um, Nonetheless, that's gonna be it. Um, so far, hopefully nobody steals my guys. Hopefully Zeus doesn't get signed away. If he does, um, he will be doing the JOB to Mass Stranger. So if you see Zeus, but if he stays, he's probably not. But let's see here, popularity. Over here, we went up a point finally. So quick, okay, 15, 15, 2, 6, 15, 2, 6, 1, 0, 0. And then quick look at Canada, as there's some different progress there. On 3, 7. Okay, so a little bit. So maybe it pays off, and we see it financially. Uh, Probably gonna take an L here this month. Interesting. Um, but yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. The June show. So we know we have. Oh, that reminds me. Well, you gotta blacklist them, then release them. So there will be. I'm not gonna release him because then it's gonna piss off our Reed. He's going away anyways. He's not gonna be in our next show. So in our next show, we have. Our Reed wasn't on the show. We know that Greg Black's not gonna be there, so we have two people we gotta bring in. Both can be from COD. One can be from COD. Curious to see how we go, but later.